Hello, world. Synchronicities. Synchronicities. Now, this word synchronicity was coined by a Swiss psychiatrist named Carl Jung, born in 1875, and he died in 1961. Now, synchronicities are described like these coincidental events that happens by not cause and effect. We know, like, cause and effect. If I do something, this could happen. That's a cause and effect. But synchronicities are more or less like unexplained events. Like an example like this, like if you're thinking of someone and then that person call you, that's like a synchronicity. Or if you dream about something and you wake up the next day and you sort of see it or experience it, and it's like, wow, I was just thinking about that. That's a synchronicity. Another form of synchronicity, the most common, is seeing repeated things. Thinking of a song, and you get in somebody's car, you go somewhere and you hear that song. That's synchronicities. But the most common synchronicities that everybody can align with and tap into are the angel numbers. Seeing numbers repeatedly, like 111, 222, 333, 444, 555, 666, 777, 888, 999, 1010, 1212. You know, those are like the angel numbers. Now, my experience when I started seeing synchronicities, it was like, okay, the first part, I was awakened. It's like it's two stages of this awakening process. So the first step is when I was like realizing, like, man, something is not right. There's something more to life than what I'm experiencing. I just kind of got to that point to where everything that I was taught, it can't be, it's not syncing together. Things are not making sense. That's like the beginning of the awakening, you know? Then as you start to go through that process and you start to align yourself energetically, vibrationally, you started recognizing synchronicities. Now, depending on what you're doing. Let's say that you work from home. So you're working from home, and this is when you starting to tap in, get tuned in to the universal frequencies and stuff like this. When you start to get into this different vibration, this is when you're going to start seeing. So like, if you're at home, you have the microwave, the oven, which has like the numbers on them. You set the timers on them. Your watch, your phone, your computer. That's when they're going to start showing up, okay? You're going to glance. It's 11:11. Later on that day, it's 1:11. So when you start seeing the synchronicities, the universe is It's sort of channeling through whatever that you're exposed to. Your watch, your phone, the oven, the microwave. Now, let's say for instance, you're always driving and stuff. Like I'm always going back and forth and stuff. And you start seeing them on the back of license plates. 111, 555, license plate 444. And you're like, wait a minute, this can't be. Well, that's how I was. I started experiencing angel numbers back to back consistently, like everywhere I look, a person, a bus, 888, a sign that I know that I drove down this road before and I wasn't aware. So then when you start tapping into these frequencies, you're like, man, 222, 333, 444, receipts. I've gotten receipts. Total $2.22. And I took a lot of pictures because I was in that wow moment. I'm gonna make a collage, I think, of all the pictures I took in like a year and a half. Because I was so shocked. I couldn't believe that I was tapping into this different energy and frequency to where these numbers start being exposed to me. So these synchronicities and experiencing synchronicities, you need to understand this. When you start seeing these repeated number patterns, let's go with 111. You need to take a deep breath. You need to think about what you're thinking about and be aware. Just don't merely, at first I just merely looked at them, but I'm telling y'all like to jump, to speed it up. Do not just let them bypass. Think about what's going on in your mind, your life, when you see these numbers. They're not just random. You're tapping into a different frequency, so they're going to be exposed to you. Synchronicities. These synchronicities had me shaking almost. I couldn't believe I kept seeing the same number patterns over and over and over and over again. Now, think about it like this. Like, if you was to have a map, right? Or if you're driving on your GPS or whatever, and you're trying to get to this destination, it's gonna be all kind of signs during that trip to let you know to go right. Oh, there's something in the road. Oh, traffic is ahead. It could be signs, stalled vehicle on the right. It could be signs that say don't go there. Take an alternate route. This is the best analogy I could give y'all when it comes to synchronicities. So when you're paying attention to these numbers and you know what they mean, it's like you're guiding. It's like the universe is guiding you. And I'm fit to go into video after video of what these numbers mean. I'm gonna get really in detail with them. But be aware when you see synchronicities, these unexplained events in your life that makes you say, that's an indication that you're tapping into a different frequency and vibration. I'm starting to get chills talking about them, you know? And then besides the numbers 1 through 9, then you have 10, 10, 12, 12. But realize this, like angel numbers is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Then you start knowing the meaning of those. Then you have 1, 1. Then that 1 that was that meaning is amplified by another 1. Then you have 111. That is really amplified. You see 1111. You have really amplified that angel number. So, synchronicities is like, you know how they say it's levels to this shit? It's levels. You awaken, you start tapping in, you start being more conscious and aware. Synchronicities start coming. That's in another level of consciousness. So, be aware when you see these synchronicities. Do not bypass them. If you can, take a deep breath and realize what you're thinking about, what's happening, what you're doing at that present time. Because they're guides. They're guides getting you to another destination. Hello, world.